Alright, hello everybody, my name is EK and welcome back to RuneScape. It's been about a week since the last recording, but I haven't been entirely offline. I have been leveling some more mining. As you can see, I'm level 45 now, and I have made sure to get myself a nice amount of iron ore as well as coal. So the plan is going to be as follows. For the start of this video, I'm going to be doing once again a bit of a smithing compilations. So what this means is I will burn the iron down, well, I'll forge the iron into iron bars until I have 214 remaining, and then all the other ones we will turn into actual steel bars because we can now make steel. And I will use these little bit of excess iron bars that I'm going to be making to finish off the last couple of items we haven't actually crafted just yet. So let's get montaging. There we go, our first steel bar. And I guess the best way to do this is to have a 9x18 split. So that means I'm going to get 18 of the coal and 9 of the iron. And that should allow me to make the maximum amount of bars with a single inventory. Alright, smithing level 32. You can now make steel maces. By the way, someone in the comments also pointed out that I can play this game on mobile, and that's actually what I've been doing. I normally am quite opposed to mobile gaming because I feel like mobile gaming is just infested with all the worst trends, you know, in the auto playing stuff and the pay to win stuff, and like it's got so many bad trends, but it's making so much money that those trends are now making their way into all kinds of other online games. So I quite despise them. But having said that, I do really enjoy the mobile client for RuneScape because it is just the same game and it just works really well. And I don't really use it to progress the game, but the way I do use it is if I just want to do a little bit of mining or something and I'm doing something else, or I'm waiting at like to get a haircut or just anything really where I just have to wait like 10 minutes, I can just do like a 2-3 mining runs. And that is really convenient. So yeah, the RuneScape client on phone is actually quite nice. And there we go, smithing level 33. You can now make iron plate bodies and steel medium helms. So for the foreseeable future, I actually didn't finish off all of the ones I needed to make. But for the foreseeable future, I could upgrade my gear to a plate body, because I have been rocking the plate chain vest, I think it's called. And obviously right now I'm rocking the mage gear because I'm quite enjoying playing mage in this game as well. I'll probably play a lot of magic. But I'm looking forward to playing a bit more melee as well, as we of course look to level up attack and defense to level 20 as well rather soon. But the fact that I get to enjoy a little bit of the steel gear that I can make, sorry, the iron gear that I can make myself, before then eventually moving on over, of course, to the mithril. I have decided, you know, like lots of comments back and forth. We were kind of talking about it, you know, about do I want to grab the mithril gear from John or do I not want to grab it and kind of just skip it? But, you know, it's going to be the last stage anyway. It's not like he's going to give me adamant and then he's going to give me rune or something like that. No, he's going to give me like one mithril piece, which I will then upgrade, of course, as well, because it's only the chain vest. And I guess I can upgrade fairly easily from there. And there's still a lot of progression to be had. So in order to really use the game's systems, I have decided I will take his gifts. But as you guys can clearly see, you know, I'm very intent on making a lot of my own gear as well. And there's a lot of other, you know, gear slots that I can still use. So I will for now be using the stuff he's going to give me. And I guess probably on the next video, I'm guessing we'll start off with a bit of a combat compilation after I make myself some gear. And then we can level ourselves up to level 20 on attack and on defense. Oh, wait, I can pick up stuff from the auction house at the bank using the collection box. And I can click collect to bank or click to inventory. That's so convenient. So collect to bank. And now that money is added to this money. That is beautiful. I love that. All right, then it is time to move on to the second stage of the smithing compilation. I have crafted 214 steel bars and 19 iron bars. I'm going to start off by creating the remaining iron pieces, and then we'll just go absolutely ham on the steel gear. So I haven't made a plate body yet, which we could actually wear. Oh, didn't mean to create multiple, although I guess I will in a moment. I also believe we haven't made a two-handed sword yet, but I'm not 100% sure, although I guess I can check. Yeah, we hadn't made it either. Then potentially we haven't made a plate skirt yet, which I can verify real quick. We hadn't. Have we made a battle axe? Oh, we had. Okay. And then I think that is everything. So I will go and make, let's see, I have 5 left, so 1 plate body. There we go. And now let's move on over to steel. Oh, actually, wait, hold on. I had my game muted because I got a bit annoyed with all the level up pop-ups as I was watching a video during the smithing process. So here we go, smithing 34. You can now make steel short swords and steel nails, and members can make steel dart tips. Beautiful. All right, here we go. Let's make 1 of everything. So 1 steel dagger. There we go. Bloop. Oh, wait, hold on. Didn't I press 1? There we go. 1. 1 sword. And we also make 1 axe, which I already had, but it's fine. We'll just make 1, just you know, because I can. Actually, we didn't have 1. Cool. 1 mace. I guess we skipped steel, right? We went straight into something else. Actually, wait, do we even have a steel axe? I think I'm still running an iron axe, so that's actually an upgrade for me. That's really cool. Then 1 medium helm, which we already had. And then we'll just craft a whole bunch of swords, and then we'll move on if we level up. Oh wait, we hadn't made nails yet. I feel like nails, weren't they member items just like earlier? I feel like I checked them and they were member items, but maybe I was wrong. Anyway, more swords. Oh, I hadn't mentioned this by the way, but I did go to the merchant and I scrambled together 32,000. I had to sell some stuff I crafted, but that's fine. And I picked myself up a rune pickaxe to make the grinding experience a bit quicker. So now we have the top tier pickaxe as far as I'm aware. I feel like there's a gilded pickaxe. I think I saw that somewhere, which I'm not sure if it's actually better or if it's just like a cool reskin of the rune pickaxe, but it's the same level requirement. And here we go. That should be another level up. There we go. Level 35. You can now make steel scimitars, and members can make steel arrowheads, steel spears, steel hasty, secateurs attachment, and bone and maces. So much stuff for members, but for us, of course, we'll just go all and we'll move over to scimitars because that's much quicker. Oh guys, I just realized something. I am not sure if this is correct, but there was a comment earlier, like 2-3 days ago, something like that, that told me about ways to level magic, and you can level magic by teleporting back and forth using the teleportation skills with all the runes. Like, it's the most efficient way. You don't have to do combat. But that gets me thinking. I know there is this high alchemy skill, right? There is high level alchemy, which has converted an item into more gold. Of course, there is also the low level alchemy, which is, well, less gold, I guess. But is that the reason why people are buying all this low level gear off me? Is it because they are just buying it because they want to turn these into gold? Not for the gold itself necessarily, but for the experience that casting the skill gives them. They just buy like hundreds and hundreds or maybe like thousands of these things. And then they use the high alchemy skill on all of them. And that will level them quicker than going for combat. Is that a thing, guys? Okay, anyway, back to grinding. Oh, there we go. Smithing is level 36. You can now make steel longswords. Members can make steel studs, steel javelin heads, and steel crossbow limbs. So just to make things easier for myself, I will make 1 longsword. So we have it unlocked. And then for ease of selling later, I will once again continue making scimitars. And there we go, 37. You can now make steel full helms, and members can make steel throwing knives. Alright, beautiful. So I guess, once again, here we go. Move over to a full helm. Beautiful. And for the remainder of the things, I guess I'll just make skimmies again. Right, so it's a bit unfortunate that I won't quite be getting my way all the way to level 38, because then I could make steel square shields, and I can actually upgrade my iron shield to a steel shield. But I guess there is the option to use that dwarven lager, beer, pint, whatever thing it was, because I think that gave me +1 mining, +1 smithing or something like that, which would allow me to make one of those, and that's a nice way to just get a little bump that I need. Anyway, I'm gonna head to the gym, I'm gonna get a proper workout in, and when I return, we'll do a bit of questing. So see you guys right now. And welcome to the meat and potatoes, as they say, of the video. Actually, I don't exactly know what we're going to be looking at right now, but I've spent a fair amount of time grinding these coal rocks, of course, to make the steel that you witnessed previously. And the thing I'm a bit curious about is what's down here. It says climb down entrance, And on the world map as well, it does say that this is the Stronghold of Security. And there was a viewer, I unfortunately can't remember who exactly it was, but it was someone in my friends list here who had pointed out to me that apparently there is this entrance here, and he asked me if I had checked it out yet. Now, I don't know exactly what it is, but it does sound kind of cool. So let's climb down. You squeeze through the hole and find a ladder a few feet down, leading into the Stronghold of Security. Oh, what is this place? Let me look at the map. Gift of Peace. Alright, we also have a new music track called Dogs of War. There's a dead explorer that we can first of all examine. He looks a bit past it. Wonder what's in his bag. Well, let's go search him. And you say, you rummage around in the dead explorer's bag. You find a book of handwritten notes. Oh. Oh wow. There seems to be quite a lot to this place. So, first of all, the description. This stronghold was unearthed by a miner prospecting for new ores around the barbarian village. After gathering some equipment, he ventured into the maze of tunnels and was missing for a long time. He finally emerged along with copious notes regarding the new beasts and strange experiences which had befallen him. He also mentioned that there was treasure to be had. But no one has been able to wring a word from him about this. He simply flapped his arms and slapped his head. This book details his notes and my diary of exploration. I am exploring to see if I can find out more. So, level 1. As well as goblins, creatures like a man, but also like a cow, infest this place. I have never seen anything like this before. The area itself is reminiscent of frontline castles, with many walls, doors, and skeletons of dead enemies. I'm sure I hear voices in my head each time I pass through the gates. I have dubbed this level War, as it seems like an eternal battleground. I found only one small peaceful area here. Level 2. My supplies are running low, and I find myself in barren passages with seemingly endless malnourished beasts attacking me, ravenous for food. Is this the second level of this place? Is this going to be coming in when I, get to, a new level, I guess? Nothing appears to be able to grow. Many adventurers have died through lack of food, and the very air appears to suck vitality from me. I have come to call this place Famine. So we've got War, Famine. Is it going to be the Horseman? Level 3. Just breathing in this place makes me shudder at the thought of what foul disease I may contract. So that's going to be... So you've got, you've got War, you've got Famine, you've got... Pestilence? And Death. Are those the Horsemen? I think they are. The walls and floor ooze and pulsate like something pox-ridden. There is a very strange beast whom I narrowly escaped from. At first I thought it to be a kind of cross between a cow and a sheep or something. Something domesticated. But when it looked up at me, I was overcome with weakness and barely got away with my life. Luckily, I found a small place where I could heal myself and rest for a while. I have named this area Pestilence, for it reeks with decay. And level 4. On my first escapade into this place, I was utterly shocked. The adventurers who had come before me must have made up a tiny proportion of the skeletons of the dead. Nothing truly alive exists here. Even those beings who do wander the halls are not alive as such, but they do know that I am, and I get the distinct impression that if they were to have their way, I would not be for long. Death is everywhere, and thus I shall name this place. There is one small place of life which was gladding to find and very much worth my while. Oh, there's also the diary. Oh my god, there's so much stuff here. So, day 1. Today I set out to find more about this place. From my research, I knew about the sentient doors imbued by some unknown force to talk to you and ask questions before they will let you pass. I have so far passed these doors without incident. Giving the correct answers seems to work a treat. Day 2. I have fought my way through the fearsome beasts on the first level and am preparing myself to journey deeper. I hope that things are not too difficult further on, as I am already sick of bread and cheese for dinner. Day 3. I ventured down into the Famine level today. I was wounded and have returned to the relative safety of the level above. I am going to try to make my way out through the goblins and man-cow things. I hope I make it. But Unfortunately, it does appear as though his diary ends here, so he may in fact not have made it. So we can use a portal here. You are not of sufficient experience to take this shortcut through this level. Oh. Hold on, let me bump up the brightness a little bit because it's quite dark in here, especially on YouTube. It's probably going to be really dark. Alright, that should be much better. So, we have the Gate of War. Greetings, adventurer. This place is kept safe by the spirits within the doors. As you pass through, you will be asked questions about security. Hopefully, you will learn much from us. Please pass through and begin your adventure. Beware of the various monsters that dwell within. Oh my, I just got sucked through that door. What a weird feeling. Still, I guess I should expect it, as these evidently aren't your average kind of doors. They talk and look creepy. Right, let's open up this Gate of War. And we can move through. There are some goblins, level 1 goblins, so there shouldn't be a problem. I guess this is kind of a nice farming spot as well. Someone also told me about the defense and the non-defense leveling. I kind of like the idea of leveling without leveling defense right now, just because then I can get my magic to a higher level quicker, and I can get a bit quicker to getting the teleportation skills. But these guys are hitting remarkably hard. I guess it's because previously, as I was fighting these guys, I didn't have the mage gear on, and thus I was a lot more resistant to physical damage. Also, is it me, or is my shirt a little bit weird on the camera? I feel like it's having trouble because there's like all of these like little tiny stripes on it. I feel like it's having trouble to really capture it properly. Anyway, open Gate of War. Open other Gate of War. To pass, you must answer me this. Will Jagex prevent me from saying my pin in game? Probably not. Correct. Jagex will not block your pin, so don't type it. Anyone asking you to say your pin is trying to trick you. Alright, thank you. I feel like I'm at work right now, and I'm taking like a cybersecurity training, which I had recently, like, how do you recognize scam and stuff, or like, not scam, phishing, those kind of things. And they're always extremely easy, but I can see, if you're not familiar with the online world as much, then maybe it's useful, but to me, they're always kind of crap and don't really do anything. To pass, you must answer me this. What do I do if I think I have a keylogger or virus? Wow, I haven't heard of keyloggers in such a long time. So virus scan my device and then change my password. This might work, but to be fair, a lot of viruses just aren't spotted by that. Change my password and then virus scan my device. Nothing, it will go away on its own. Okay, so changing password with a keylogger active will just mean that it will also track your new password. Doesn't work. Doing nothing, never a good idea. Virus scanning might not always find it, but at least there's a chance of finding it, so that's the answer. Correct. Removing the keylogger must be the priority, otherwise anything you type can be given away. Remember to change your password and bank pin afterwards. And here we have some minotaurs, which might be a bit tricky, so let me actually not aggro these guys, because I am not sure I'll be able to deal with them properly. Also, this place seems remarkably big, so it's probably will be the entire video. I think this will just be the Stronghold of Security video, which I wasn't expecting, but, that's probably what's going to be happening today, unless it's just going to be much quicker than I expected, which I don't think it's going to be. So this is just a whole bunch of battling, I guess. And there was also a path I could take over there, and I don't know which path I want to take. But I guess they both lead into a similar area. They both lead into this area. So let's continue. Let's go through this Gate of War. And then through this one. With another question, most likely. No? Okay, sure. Then we go through this one. And through this one. Here we go. Beautiful. Alright. So we have made our way to what is called on the map the Gift of Peace. So does this mean that the gift is constantly going to be the opposite to the horseman? So, pestilence will be something like health, and like famine would be like, I don't know, rich. I don't know exactly what would be. The Gift of Peace. The box hinges, creaks, and appears to be forming audible words. Congratulations, adventurer. You have been deemed worthy of this reward. You have also unlocked the Flappy emote. Oh, we got 2k. Okay. Cool. So now if I go to emote, we have something called flap, which I guess is this one. Oh, look at us flapping. We're such a flapper. All right, there is a ladder up, but do I want to go up? Let me just see what's up here. If I go through this one. Oh. The ladder, you climb up the ladder, which seems to twist and wind in all directions. Wait, hold on. If I do this now, I'm back at the start. But can I now portal this? Yes. Okay, so once you've entered the treasure room, I guess you can always continue through there. But also, I believe there is a thing down. Yes, there is a thing down. Danger sign. Danger. Possibly deadly creatures below. Are you sure you want to climb down? Yes, I know that it may be dangerous down there. Now, to be fair, the one problem I do have, or potentially have, is that I did not bring any food. So, combat might prove a bit difficult. However, I do like the idea that all of these are changing in aesthetic as I am moving through them. Let's go left for once. So, rickety doors, and I'm assuming they also have questions for me. To pass, you must answer me this. Where is it safe to use my Old School Runescape password? Only on Old School Runescape. Only on the Old School Runescape website, on Old School Runescape and all fan sites, on all websites I visit. There we go. Correct. Always make sure you are entering your password only on the Old School Runescape website, as other sites may try to steal it. Don't worry, just use your same password for your bank and... Oh, wait, this thing's attacking me. Wait, a flash crawler. Level 28 mobs. Oh god, maybe I should have brought some food to be able to deal with this place, although they don't seem to hit me too frequently. So I reckon I'm quite alright here, as long as I don't have to go through like a war of attrition where there's like a whole bunch of them. But this seems alright. I think I can deal with this. Can I shoot him through that as well? No, I guess I can't. Oh, well, a little bit. A little bit. Here we go. Let's just take him out. Oh, that one respawned very quickly. These are really disgusting looking mobs. Don't you guys think, you know, flesh crawlers, like weird insects with pincers? Yeah, this is a friendly place. I'm sure of it. Oh god, I might need some food to be able to make my way through this place, but you know what? I'm in too deep now. I'm in too deep to go back now. Although it would not take very long. Oh my god, level 44 zombies? What? Am I meant to be able to make my way through level 40? I mean, I would have to run all the way here, through here, down, up. Okay, I don't think I'm supposed to be here, guys. I might be wrong, and maybe with some food I can make my way through this. But I will probably return here at the end of my free-to-play journey, because at that point I will have completed Dragon Slayer, and I will have a much higher combat level, and at that point I feel much more comfortable. Now, I might be able to make my way through this, but I don't think I'm supposed to with the levels of these mobs. So we got a little bit of a taste here. We're gonna go do another quest, and then I will return here later. You know, feel free to let me know. Oh, to pass, you must answer this. Can I leave my account logged in while I'm out of the room? Yes, you can, but you shouldn't. Correct. This is the safest, both in terms of security and keeping your items. Leaving your character logged in can also allow someone to steal your items or entire account. All right, let's head out of here. So, yeah, let me know, because I might have been able to do this. I'm curious to see what you guys have to say. You know, maybe it's something that I should be doing right now, but I'm personally fine to just leave this for later. So, then what are we going to do instead? Well, I was thinking I can work top down. I can just kind of do whatever I want. And none of these quests were recommended to me by people. But, well, none of these quests outside of the Knight's Sword. There was a guy, and once again, guys, I'm sorry for forgetting your names, you know, but I have so many people messaging me, and I do remember some conversations, but not all of them. But someone told me, hey man, have you already done the Knight's Sword? And I told him I hadn't yet. And at this point, I still haven't yet. But it says recommendations, combat level 20, and requirements, level 10 mining. Now, mining, of course, you know, we're level 45. We're doing fairly well on that aspect. So that it feels good to be able to use that in the quest as well. But we're also combat level 20.075. So we're practically there exactly. Which means that I think it's a very fitting quest to be doing right now. And I think we've also heard about this quest because we talked to the blacksmith And I think the blacksmith pointed us to doing this quest. So we have to talk to the squire in the courtyard of the White Knight's castle. So I'm actually running the wrong way. But I'm going to head over to Falador, and I think somewhere over in this house? This house? Yeah, the Knight's Sword. There it is. So I'm going to go grab that quest, and today we're going to do the Knight's Sword. So see you guys there in a moment. Oh, I've also been messing around with some AI to create a cartoony look of my face because, you know, I'm covering a lot of these older games. They aren't like graphically intense and stuff. And I think it's quite fitting that my thumbnails also represent that. You know, like I'm making sure it's a game screenshot. I'm making sure the text on there is not too serious. Like it's a little bit kiddie almost in a way. And wait, is this the... Oh, it's the Evil Bob thing. Yeah, I can't be bothered to do it right now. I just don't feel like it. It's like the balloon animal thing again, I think. But yeah, I'm trying to make sure they fit with the style as well. Like it's very big, bold letters. It is the game. Like I'm trying to figure out the different ways to like edit the game. Like, you know, having a bit of blur, like focus blur, Gaussian blur, like all those kind of things. But also I have, as I said, I've been messing around with like some cartoony creator to make my face into a cartoon with like different things on it, like different emotions. Please stop saying me out. You're really annoying, Evil Bob. But I know the most effective way to make thumbnails, and it's very simple. It's to do this face and like put it up on the thumbnail, and you know it will get the most traction. It's just proven that works. But personally, I don't really like that. But if I can put a little cartoon version of myself on there, I don't know, for some reason I like that a lot better. It's a lot, I don't know, it's a lot more fun to me. Like it's not my actual face, it's just like a little animated thing, and it looks kind of cool, and I kind of enjoy it. So I was messing around with that a lot today. I'll retroactively add it to a lot of the thumbnails I've already made. So you guys will have seen a couple of them come out. So please let me know what you think, because as much as I'm of course doing this for fun, a part of the fun for me is also just very simply trying to, you know, widen my audience, trying to grow the channel, and thumbnails are a very important part of it. So I'm really trying to get that part down a lot more as well. So yeah, any input is definitely welcome. Anyway, the squire has walked up literally to my face, so let me go talk to him. Hello, I am the squire to Sir Vivin. And... oh, wouldn't you prefer to be a squire for me? Yes, sir. Would you like to be a squire for me? No, sorry. I'm loyal to Sir Vivin. Oh, okay. But how is life as a squire? Well, Sir Vivin is a good guy to work for. However, I'm in a spot of trouble today. I've gone and lost Sir Vivin's sword. So... I can make you a new sword. Thanks for the offer. I'd be surprised if you could though. Obviously, he said, I'd be surprised if you could though, but for some reason that sentence didn't flow in my brain at all. The thing is, this sword is a family heirloom. It has been passed down through Vivin's family for 5 generations. It was originally made by the Incando dwarves. Oh, we know about them! Dude, like the pacing of these quests for me is just so nice, because quite often they'll be referencing something and I've learned about it from a different quest already. That's really good. A particularly skilled tribe of dwarven smiths. I doubt anyone can make it in the style they do. I mean, to be fair, I have access to their anvil. So, would these dwarves make another one? I'm not 100% sure the Incando tribe exists anymore. I mean, they do. I should think Reldo, the palace librarian in Varrock, will know. He has done a lot of research on the races of Gielinor. I don't suppose you could try and track down the Incando dwarves for me? I've got so much work to do. Yes. Okay, I'll give it a go. Thank you very much. As I say, the best place to start would be with Reldo in the Varrock library. Okay, so, the Knight's Sword. I told the squire I would help him to replace the sword he had lost. It could only be made by an Incando dwarf. The squire suggests I speak to Reldo in the Varrock Palace library for information about the Incando dwarfs. Guys, this is one of those quests where it would be so cool if by doing things out of order, I could now take a different course of action through this quest, and I could go to the Incando dwarves themselves immediately, and you know, they would just make it for me and I'd be done, or like something like that where I could be quicker. So even though the chance of that being a thing is probably next to 0, because I'm assuming those kind of things don't happen, I am gonna head over to Kamdazal, and I will talk to the smith there, because maybe, just maybe it's a thing. But probably not. Also, let me get the contrast back up a little bit again, because outside here it does look quite nice to have a bit more shadow going on. It's amazing, by the way, that these settings, they don't take the UI, they don't change the UI, so they exclude the UI, which is something that's so difficult to do with Reshade. Like, I use Reshade a ton. I use it for Guild Wars 2, I use it for WoW, I use it for most of the games I play, but it's always annoying because if you want to exclude the UI, you have to make a UI mask, and you know, the UI mask does work, but only for static objects. So if you have like an inventory that you open and close constantly, then you know it doesn't work, because then it would always remove the thing that would be where your inventory is when it's not open. So it's just a whole pain in my ass. But having something that actually excludes the UI from being impacted, it is such a blessing. Anyway, let's talk to Ramarno. Okay, I went through the dialogue real quick. It doesn't appear as though I can do something, which is, to be fair, what I expected, but it would have been rather cool. So instead, we will go to the Vorok library, and I'll see you guys there. For a little bit of context as to where I am in the timeline right now, today is the 26th of April 2025, and tomorrow will be the upload for part 11, so Goblin Diplomacy, which I'm actually really looking forward to uploading, because I had so much fun doing the voices, and I really hope you guys' response to that is as nice as I had fun recording it. So I'm really looking forward to tomorrow. But yeah, today is the day where part 10 from MapleStory went up. You know, the funny thing is, I don't think I've ever actually been in the palace. Now, I think I was in the palace in the cutscene. I'm pretty sure I ran up here for the training montage, but I don't think I've actually ever been in here. So I'm looking for the library. Now, there are some bookcases here. I don't know what... Oh, that's a library right there. That's a library right there. There are many books, and I think I was looking for Reldo. Is that correct? Is it Reldo? Reldo, yes. Reldo is over here. Hello, good sir. Let me have a bit of a chat with you. Hello. Hello, stranger. Hello there, my name's EK. Who are you? My name is Reldo. I am the palace librarian. Ah, that explains why you're in the library then. Yes. Well, truth be told, I would probably be here even if it wasn't where I worked. I very much like reading, not to mention sharing what I learned with all who are interested. As I have this weird thing with reading where I really do enjoy reading, but only when it's sunny outside. Like, it's weird. I never read in like a winter period. I never go sit on the couch and read, really. I only read if I'm also sitting in the sun enjoying, like, you know, like a nice coffee in the afternoon, or like another kind of drink or something. And I'm just sitting in the sun and I'm reading a book, and like for some reason that really clicks. Like if I'm at the beach, it really clicks. But it's only in those situations where I actively go ahead and read, which is really odd because I enjoy reading. Like, it's quite relaxing, but I just never do it when it's cold. I guess it's because when you're inside, you know, you have access to the TV and to the PC and the Switch and all kinds of other media sources, but then outside, like, you're a bit more limited. You could bring stuff outside, but you're a bit more limited, so I guess the book is like relatively more interesting. I don't know. Anyway, on with the quest. Sounds like a very noble goal. So, what do you know about the Imkando dwarves? The Imkando dwarves, you say? Let's see. Ah yes, for many hundreds of years they were the world's most skilled smiths. They used secret mining knowledge passed down from generation to generation, and we have also learned that they infused their mining with magic where other dwarves did not in fact do that. Unfortunately, about a century ago, the once thriving group was wiped out during the barbarian invasion of that time. You know, the Imkando dwarves kind of remind me of the dwarves in Lord of the Rings, because, you know, they dug too deep, too greedily, and then they kind of became the... you know, they kind of brought their own demise upon them by digging too deep and too aggressively. And I kind of feel like the Imkando dwarves were similar, where they, you know, they used magic because they wanted to achieve more, and in the end that was their downfall, I think. But, you know, I'm not too versed in the lore yet, so, you know, don't quote me on anything. I believe a few of them survived, but with the bulk of their population destroyed, the numbers dwindled even further. If any are left now, they'll no doubt keep to themselves. However, I have heard tales of their love for red berry pie. Perhaps one of those could convince one to reveal their true heritage. So I just go around offering random dwarves red berry pie? Well, not totally random. Apparently some of the surviving Imkando made a home for themselves near the cliffs on the Asgardian southern peninsula. That would be a great place to start. So, Reldo couldn't give me much information about the Imkendo except a few live on the southern peninsula of Asgarnia. They dislike strangers and love red berry pies. Okay, so I guess I will have to go make a red berry pie, which I suppose I should be able to do. I don't know how I feel about this quest, because I guess in a way, you know, our character doesn't, or like the people in this world don't know that we uncovered the mine, because it's not like it's a chronological thing. But this would be the kind of quest that I think would be kind of cool if it was part of a chain, like the other quest was required for this quest, and then we go to the Camp of the Dwarfs and we ask about the sword. Because I feel like it would be a nice continuation of that same story, like we actually use it for something. But you know what, it's fine. So the Knight's Sword, I need to go make some red berry pies. Now, red berry pie, I'm not too familiar with cooking yet. So if I go over to pies, and red berry pie requires level 10. So it should have said level 10 cooking required, really. But I don't know. Maybe for some reason it doesn't, because maybe I can buy it or something. So how do you make red berry pie? How can I figure out what exactly I need to make each thing? Oh, to make a pie. There we go. Mix flour and water to make pastry dough. Can't do that. Place the dough in an empty pie dish. Can't do that, probably. Use your choice of filling with the empty pie, which in this case would be red berries. And cook the pie by using it with a stove. That should be fairly simple. Okay, so first let me just go get the red berries, which I believe are outside of the rock because they were next to the purple ones that I needed for the Romeo and Juliet quest. I believe they're somewhere around this area. Oh, leave me alone, Dark Wizard. I want nothing to do with you. I just want to loop around you. Leave me alone. Yeah, we have some cadaver bushes, and there we go. We have red berry bushes as well. You know what? I will take 2 pairs of red berries, because you can never have too many red berries, I guess. Oh, I was curious what this thing was, but the head chef here says I need to have a cooking level of 32 to come in. So, is this like the cooking guild or something? Windmill, food shop. I was like, this is a really nice area with lots of different things, but I guess I can't go in here yet. So I'll have to return here later when we are 32 plus, and then we can use this place efficiently to grind, I guess. But for now, we'll have to find some different spots, but that's fine. Okay, so I guess I can use the bucket on the fountain here to grab myself some water. There we go, the water is in. Okay, so I need to go make some flour next. And I think I can make flour by getting the wheat, turning that into flour, mixing that then with the water, and I can make that into a dough. That dough I can then put into a pot or like a bowl, and that bowl I can then add the red berries to. And then I can cook the thing. That makes sense. In my head, at least. Right, here's some wheat. Let me just in case pick a couple of these. Now I need some place to turn this into the flour, which I know is down here. I think I need like those windmill things, right? I know there was one here, the windmill. So is that every windmill? You know what? I'll just run over to this one. It's fine. I can go for a bit of a walk. Okay, if I remember correctly from the first quest we ever did, where we had to go cook, like the cook's assistant, I believe it was called. I think I go up twice, climb up, then I fill the hopper. Yes, can I fill the hopper even more? Nope. Then I climb down, then I climb down again, and then down here I can empty it, and now... Oh, wait, hold on, never mind, I missed something. Because instead of doing that, I also need to pull the lever that's over here, the hopper controls. And now the grain will slide down the chute. And now if I go all the way down, I can collect my flour. And I can combine the flour with the water. And I can make... Oh, which sort of dough would you like to make? What? Pizza, pastry, bread. Okay, I'm pretty sure we need to make pastry. I didn't realize there were different kinds of stuff. Can I put this in like in that thing? Okay, I gotta put it in somewhere. So hold on, we once again go back to the cooking thing. We got the pies. So place the dough in an empty pie dish. So I have to find a specific pie container. And where would I get that? Like some sort of cooking supplies store, I guess? Is there a cooking supply store? I would imagine it's somewhere here. Like, there's literally a cook here. So I'll just go there. Okay, we seem to have made our way into his basement. There are some spiders crawling around, so I'm not quite sure how I feel about cooking in this place. But let's see. There's a bucket. We get Harmony 2 as a music track as well. So we have a bucket. We have not too much more, honestly. Kill the spider. Here we go. Blast it. There we go. Beautiful. I just need to find... There's a knife. Hey, if I wanted a knife, there's a knife here. I remember searching for the knife for quite a while. Okay, so I have to find a place. Maybe the general store has something for me. Because, you know, the general store in Lumbridge has been rather convenient. So I'll go check that out. Because I need to find a place where they sell something that I can put the pie into. And it's probably very easy if you know what you're looking for. But I'm not quite sure exactly. A cake tin. I mean, that's gotta be it, right? A cake tin. Yeah, I mean, that's gotta be it. Like a pie, a cake. Those are the same thing, right? So we put the pastry into the tin. Nothing interesting happens. Okay. That is not how it works. I mean, I guess cakes and pies are different things. Wait. I'm checking out random things here. And I see under crafting, there's pottery. And under pottery, there is pie dish. So you can make it yourself. But how do I make it? So to make pottery, you'll need to obtain some soft clay obtained by adding water to clay. You can then use a pottery wheel to shape the clay into an unfired item, which you can then finish in a pottery oven. Oh my god, this is a deep system. There's so much going on. I mean, I would gladly go make that myself, but at this point, I also wouldn't mind just buying it here from a store. But I guess I'm gonna have to make it myself. Okay, so how exactly... Hold on. Let me read that again, and this time actually have my brain engaged and breaking it all down. So, to make the pottery, you need to obtain some soft clay. Obtained by adding water to clay. I think I have some clay in my bank. So there's a water source here. I have a bucket. So I'll start off by using the bucket on the water source, which will then give me water. I think I actually got some clay somewhere. And if I have it in my bank, I can add the clay to the water, or the other way around, I suppose, to then create soft clay. Glad I'm just hoarding everything like a goblin. Here we go. I think I have some clay in here somewhere. There we go. Clay. Beautiful. Hope one is enough. So, water, clay. And I get soft clay. Okay, next up. You can then use a pottery wheel to shape the clay into an unfired item. So if I were a pottery wheel, I would probably be on the floor under us, because there was also stuff to spin the wool around here. And it wouldn't surprise me if they've put the pottery thing here as well somewhere, maybe? Let's utilize the map again. So pottery wheel. If I use pottery... Does that not exist? Is that not a thing? Pottery. No, apparently not. Wheel? No. Okay. There's so much information in this game, guys. So much information. There's a spinning wheel here, but spinning wheel, isn't that the same thing as the wheel? Spinning wheel, yeah. I mean, I'm assuming I can't use this, right? This is not for pottery? Let me just click it just to verify. No, I can't do pottery here. Okay, unfortunate. So it's got to be somewhere else then. Oh, there is a pottery wheel there. It's just a different house. Wait, there is a pottery wheel in Barbarian Village. But why can't I just search for pottery then? I guess it doesn't work. Okay, I was just going through all the towns right now, and I guess I'm lucky that I found it. So we walk back over to Barbarian Village. Let me just verify whether I have everything else I need. So I make the pie dish. Then I put the berries in there, and then I need to go to a stove. And I'm assuming there's going to be a stove somewhere else as well. But, you know, I can't do that before making the thing anyway. So, yeah, I'll see you guys back in Barbarian Village. And then I think we should be able to make the thing we want to make. Alright, let's head over into this building. past... Oh, the guy is actually not standing here anymore. The very muscular guy that we had to recruit for the Under Ice Mountain quest. But there's a pottery oven, and we can go interact with it. There's also a pottery wheel, or a potter's wheel. So I guess we could have just gone here for all of the stuff. Actually, the wheel is something we use later, right? So this is a pie dish, a bowl, and a pot. Let's make a pie dish. You don't have any pie dishes which need firing. Oh, wait. Do I need to use the wheel first to make a pie dish? Set of cups, a plant pot as well. Is this for, like, player housing stuff? So let's make a pie dish first. And that's giving us some crafting experience. And then the unfired one, we need to fire it. Why? I do not know, but let's make a pie dish. Here we go. Now we have a pie dish. And then we put this in there. Or that in that. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Uncooked berry pie. And now I have an uncooked berry pie. Do I want that? Hold on. Let me verify this. So we go back over here again, and we go to pies. So cook the pie by using it with a stove. Okay, so I need a stove now. Ooh, there's so many steps to this, but there isn't a stove here. But, you know, there's many stoves, I think, in Varrock, so I was expecting that to be one here, but maybe this guy just like things raw. Unless I just missed something, but yeah, I'm gonna head over back to Varrock, and I think over there I can go and craft what I need. I really wonder whether this is the bulk of the quest, or if I'm spending like a very long amount of time on like a tiny portion of the quest, because I feel as though I'm just wasting a lot of time. Well, not wasting, but I'm investing a lot of time in a very small amount of the actual quest. No, there's a cooking range in this house. So let's actually go and pay Juliet a visit. There's a cooking range over here. And we can now make... You accidentally burned the pie? What? No! But the... No, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. We burned the pie. But okay. What I'll do, this is where the ground exchange comes in handy for content purposes. You know, I've just done the entire loop, and I could do the loop again. Not that it's a big deal to do the loop again, but this is where I am glad I'm not full on Iron Man, because now I can choose to not have to just repeat the same loop that I've just literally experienced. I can go buy the stuff I need. I still kind of want to make it, but I'm assuming I could just buy all the ingredients, put them in the stove again, and I can now go ahead and make it. Which is where, you know, the whole content before satisfaction from Iron Man kind of really comes full circle. Yeah, so I can get some uncooked berry pies. You know what? I'll just buy 3 in case we fail again. I'll even put an additional 10 on top of... Oh, sorry, that's not... Oh, that's the amount. Hold on. No, I'll put an additional 5% on them. There we go. So I can hopefully insta-buy them. Nope, I don't. So I guess I'll have to wait a little bit. Okay, there we go. It's taken a while, but fortunately, that allowed me to... Oh, wait, hold on. They're actually here as notes. So that wasn't my intention. I think if I put them in the bank, though, and then I pull them back out, there we go. Now they're actually pies. So it gave me some time to mess around with the thumbnails a bit more. So I had 8 of them done by ChatGPT, and you know, normally I don't really like using AI too much because I feel like it removes the artistic point of the game, or not of the game, but like of the you know, the creation process. But honestly, I think they're actually really well done, and they're better than I could ever do. And you know, I feel bad for artists really, because the quality that ChatGPT could just put down, you know what? How are they gonna get work if like these standard things that you used to have to go to Fiverr or something and have someone do them for you? It's actually like I feel like it's almost too good, you know. And I'm not even an expert at using ChatGPT. Like I could probably give many more prompts that are much better. Unfortunately, there's a limit as to how many I can do a day. So I guess in that sense, I can't actually, you know, make like a whole lot of them. And I guess an artist would still, you know, be able to like fine tune things a little bit more for like really high end stuff. But for simple stuff like thumbnails, you know, I think it works really well. But yeah, I had a lot of fun because I had already made all the thumbnails up to part 17, so I couldn't really change a lot about them, but I could like, you know, add the faces on top of them, and I had a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to like spending more time like trying to fine tune things, like, you know, having the text like float over the character a little bit, and like I'm really trying to figure out ways in which I can make them a lot more interesting to well, look at. I'm also having much more fun to make them. Like back in the day, I would just have like one image and I would just put like part 1, bam, done, upload. But I've kind of realized that, you know, thumbnails are very important, and I'm really hoping that these little faces are helping me, because I don't really feel like I want to put my face on every single one of them. It just, I don't know, like putting my face on there, it feels, I don't know, weirdly childish. Is that a weird thing to say? I don't know, like it feels weird to just be like, put my face and everything. Maybe at some point, you know, I'll be convinced, but for now, no. Anyway, we're here to cook pie, and we have made 1 successfully. We've made 2 successfully, so beautiful. Now, this red berry pie, we do have to bring somewhere. So, Reldo couldn't give me much information about him, Kando, except a few live on the southern peninsula of Asgarnia. So, southern peninsula of Asgarnia. Now, what even is Asgarnia? Also, my eye is... Damn, there's a bit of an itch in the corner of my eye. I hope I don't look absolutely weird on camera, which I always do, so it's fine. So, Asgarnia. Guys, if you were Asgarnia, where would you be? There's this area over here. This is very southern. There's also... We haven't actually been to Alcarid, guys. I kind of want to go have the next quest be in Alcarid, because we haven't even been here yet. It's such an iconic part of the game, you know, like all of the fishing spots and the mining spots and stuff. I used to spend so much time here, and we haven't actually even been here at all yet. So if I were Asgarnia, I would be... Asgarnia. Kingdom of Asgarnia. There we are. So all the way southern. Oh, I guess it might be down here then. I guess it might be all the way on this little edge. Okay, anyway, I'm gonna have to cut this in 2 again. So, I'm gonna have to hit legs. It's leg day, guys, but, you know, I gotta go hard. So, yeah, I'll be suffering for the next hour, and I'll pop back in right now. Alright, I am back. Legs have been absolutely destroyed, so I feel miserable now because I had to bike home afterwards, but, you know, it is done. So I decided to walk over to the peninsula, and I did see this guy over here. This is Thurgo, and this guy looks like he is some sort of dwarf, maybe. Let's have a bit of a chat. So, are you an Encando dwarf? I need a special sword. Although I think we should first give him a red berry pie, because he just absolutely loves that. We should like a red berry pie. You see Gurko's eyes light up. I'd never say no to a red berry pie. We Encando dwarves love them. They are great. You hand over the pie. Thurgo eats the pie. I hope you're enjoying the pie, good sir. Thurgo pats his stomach. Delicious. By Gothics, that was a good pie. Anyone who makes pie like that has got to be alright. So, can you... Oh, I've met another Encando dwarf. So we can reference it now, maybe. Is that because we've completed the quest? That's nice. I very much doubt that, EK. I'm the last Encando dwarf left in Gielinor. Yes, but not underground Gielinor, sir. No, it's true. I was accidentally helping some grave robbers unearth some treasure below Ice Mountain. Long story short, it turned out to be the ruins of Camdozal. Camdozal? Yes. I don't believe my ears. Tell me what else you know. Well, there's not much left there really, it's just a ruin. But there's one lone Encando dwarf keeping it alive. His name is Romarno. Romarno? He's managed to keep the city going all these years, even with his lack of vision. Thank you for bringing me this news, EK. I'll need to make some time to see the city with my own eyes. See, I'm happy that we get to have some dialogue here. I'm assuming if I hadn't completed the quest, this dialogue option would not have been available to me. Does it do anything for me? Maybe not, but it does make the world feel more cohesive, and I think that's very important. Also, he's wearing a cape, so what cape are you wearing? It's a skill cape for smithing. It shows that I'm a master blacksmith, but that's only to be expected. After all, my ancestors were the greatest blacksmiths in dwarven history. If you ever achieve level 99 smithing, you'll be able to wear a cape like this, and receive more experience when smelting gold ore. Wait, you receive more experience when smelting gold ore? With a skill cape, but you're level 99 already. Is there a purpose to experience past 99? Is there something that I'm not aware of? I guess maybe there is. Also, specifically gold ore. Interesting. So, let's actually ask him about the sword now. Can you make a special sword for me? Well, after bringing me my favorite food, I guess I should give it a go. What sort of sword is it? What sort of sword? Yes. I need you to make me a sword for one of Falador's knights. He had one which was passed down through 5 generations, but his squire has lost it. So, we need an identical one to replace it. A knight's sword, eh? Well, I'd need to know exactly how it looked before I could make a new one. All the Faladian knights used to have swords with unique designs according to their position. Could you bring me a picture or something? I'll go and ask his squire and see if I can find one. Alright, so I found an Incando dwarf named Thurgo thanks to information provided by Reldo. He wasn't very talkative until I gave him a red berry pie, which he gobbled up. Thurgo needs a picture of the sword before he can help. I should probably ask the squire about obtaining one. Alright, see you guys back over there. Alright, we are back at the squire and he can hopefully give us a picture. Now, I don't know if pictures exist in this world because we're obviously in like a medieval fantasy world, but maybe there's like a painting or something that someone made of it. So how are you doing getting a sword? I found an Incando dwarf, but he needs a picture of the sword before he can make it. A picture, eh? The only one I can think of is in a small portrait of Sir Vivian's father. Sir Vivian keeps it in a cupboard in his room, I think. Okay, I'll try and get that then. Please don't let him catch you. He mustn't know what happened. I had a lot of trouble reading this. Alright, so let's see. The squire told me about a portrait of Sir Vivian's father, which has a picture of the sword in Sir Vivian's room. So if I were Sir Vivian, I would live in like the biggest, most luxurious room in the castle, which probably is also located up quite high in the castle. You'd reckon it's like one of the top floors, because those are more easily defendable when there are people, well, aggressing your castle. So you have more of the house to go through before you get to the king. So I guess that makes sense. So in my mind, we'd be all the way up. Well, not up here, because up here there isn't any room for a bed or anything else. So let's go one down, and I reckon it's here somewhere. Now, is it going to be like a bedroom or something? What is this herb patch? Is this like a members thing? Yep, members thing. Whenever I see an interactable item out in the world, pretty much always it's a member subject. But if I were Sir Vivian's room, where exactly would I be? There is Sir Boris and Sir Amic Vars, but we are looking for Sir Vivian, who is someone else. I feel like this staircase is more polished than the other staircases. This is a king's staircase, you know? Sir Vivian, there we go. Alright, so in a cupboard, right? There's a cabinet. Suit of armor. Alright, let's just talk to him, I guess. Wait, is he here? Sir Vivian. Alright, let's have a chat. Hello! Greetings, traveler. Can I just distract you for a minute? Can I just talk to you very slowly for a few minutes while I distract you so that my friend over there can do something while you're busy being distracted by me? What? I'm not sure what you're asking me. You want to join the White Knights? Nope, I'm just trying to distract you. You are very odd. So can I distract you some more? I don't think I want to talk to you anymore. Okay, my work here is done. Bye! Yes. Yes, I'm sure by now this means that the squire... I didn't see it happening, but maybe it happened. Maybe it happened while I wasn't looking, because I was distracting myself as well. But at this point, I choose to believe that the squire has done his job and he has acquired a picture, which means I will now go back outside. I will talk to the squire again and he will tell me, yes, I got the picture, good sir, no worries. And we can go back to the Incando dwarf. So, I didn't get the picture yet. Please try and get it quickly. I am scared Sir Vivian will find out. Wait, wasn't he... I thought by the way the dialogue was written that he was sneaking into the room and he was trying to get something, but I guess I was mistaken. Hold on, let me get back in there. At least I know where it is now. Also, the door seems to be missing here. Might want to get that looked at. Let's talk to him again. Do you have anything to trade? No, I'm sorry. Okay. Unfortunate. Don't worry. We have a third dialogue option. Why are there so many knights in this city? We are the White Knights of Falador. We are the most powerful order of knights in the land. We are helping the King Valens rule the kingdom as he is getting old and tired. Okay, so I guess with the distraction thing, that's what we need to do. But we need to find someone who is going to distract them, like who's going to do something while we're distracting them. But I don't know who we talk to. Does the quest say something? A portrait of Sir Vivian's father, which is a picture of the sword. So a portrait. Oh, I guess it must be in this room, the bedroom. Open cupboard? This must be it. And then we search the cupboards. You find a small portrait in here which you take. Ah, there we go. Beautiful. I now have a picture of the knight's sword. I could take it to Thurgo so that he can duplicate it. Alright, I was thinking this was his room, but obviously there was like another room behind with the bedroom. So I'll see you guys back at Thurgo. I am a bit curious why the combat recommendation is level 20 and the requirement level 10 mining. Because so far we haven't had to use either of those skills. But maybe something is still coming up. Because I'm thinking we'll probably need to get him some materials. And we probably need iron or something. Or, let's see, what exactly do you need mining for? So rocks, 10. Are we going to need to get bluerite? I don't know where we get bluerite, but that's the only level 10 requirement that's on members. Iron is level 15. So we probably need to get bluerite. Let's go check it out. Let's go have a chat with... Oh, there he is. He's outside. He's enjoying the sun, guys, which I will be doing as well once I wrap this up. Because it's just gotten nice and sunny outside. So, about that sword. Have you got a picture of the sword for me yet? I have found a picture of the sword I would like you to make. You give the portrait to Thurgo. Thurgo studies the portraits. You'll need to get me some stuff to make this. I'll need 2 iron bars to make the sword to start with. I'll also need an ore called bluerite. There we go. That's the bluerite. Bluerite is useless for making actual weapons, except crossbows, but I'll need some as decoration for the hilt. It is a fairly rare ore. The only place I know to get it is under this cliff here, but it is guarded by a very powerful ice giant. There we go. Combat requirement or combat recommendation and the smithing requirement, or sorry, mining requirement, both in one go. There they are. Most of the rocks in that cliff are pretty useless and don't contain much of anything, but there's definitely some bluerite in there. You need a little bit of mining experience to be able to find it. Okay, I'll go find them then. And I think I forgot, yes, because I was being dumb, and I completely forgot to go and bring my pickaxe, which obviously I knew was going to be required, considering there was a mining requirement. So that was just my bad. But he said something about under the rocks. According to Thurgo, to make a replica sword, he will need 2 iron bars, which we can easily make, and some bluerite ore. Bluerite ore can only be found deep in the caves below Thurgo's house. I should prepare myself to fend off ice giants. Alright, so I'm assuming there's going to be like a way down. There we go. Climb down trapdoor. I will probably climb out real quick and go get the pickaxe, unless somehow there's like a pickaxe waiting for me in there, which I find highly unlikely. So I'll go in here. And apparently... Oh, there's an ice cave over there. Guess we'll have to go explore this place. But there isn't a pickaxe indeed. It seems to be a fairly sizable map. Skeletal wyverns, hobgoblins, pirate smugglers, ice giants, something else that's just an upper level as well. That's rather interesting. So this is the Asgarnia Ice Cave. Anyway, I will be right back with the pickaxe. Alright, let's go ahead and explore this cave system. There's a tunnel here. I'm not sure if I can go in. The tunnel is very dark and dangerous. You need an agility level of 60 to try this. Okay, so that is a members thing. I reckon we can probably... Oh, that's a nice little path. We can walk down here. There are some muggers, which I don't really care about too much. And I'm gonna assume the bluerite isn't too deep into this cave. But since we heard something about ice... Oh, hello. Level 23 pirate, you really think you want him? Oh my god, what? That was a big hit. Oh, I should have brought some food. Oh no. Actually, to be fair, I have a red berry pie. I have a pie, but it's not a lot. Okay, this might become a bit tricky. But maybe I can just about make it happen. So we go here. And I think this is the area where it says Ice Giants. Yeah, so this, I'm assuming, is also where the blue right is located. So there aren't... Oh, there's the Ice Giants. What level are they? Level 50? Level 50? Level 50. Okay. If I were blue right... I mean, this is blue stuff at the bottom there. But I'm a little bit scared to wander in here. Because those guys are remarkably powerful. So, blue-red orc can only be found deep in the caves below Thogo's house. I should prepare myself to fend off ice giants. Should I really prepare myself to fend off level 53 ice giants? Oh, hello, mysterious old man. Would you like to come and solve a maze for me? Sure. I like exploring mazes. Here we go. Reach the maze center as fast as possible. The faster you are, the better your reward. Okay. I can't go there, so I guess I'll keep on... No, can't go there either. Oh, there's doors. Can I go there? I can't go there. Okay, so I go through here. There's no way to go. There's a path blocking me up there. I guess I gotta go all the way to the outside. Can't go there, so I'll have to run this way. Just trying to approach this with like an elimination of options tactic. So now we go back in through here because there's no way there. Then we go back in through here because there's no way there. Here we go. Come on. There is 87% of the reward left. Okay. I want my full reward, man. Give me my reward. Yeah, I can go back in here. Now I can't go that way. So we go this way. We open up this door and then probably... Wait, I can open up a chest over there. What is in the chest? What is this? Some bronze arrows. Okay, thank you. Don't think I really wanted to spend the time for that, but it's fine. Go through here. Once again, can't go there. I don't know if I'm doing well opening up these chests. I feel like maybe I shouldn't. Some bolts. Okay, thank you very much. Keep on going here. I can't continue that way, so we go here. And some fire roots. Okay, not too bad. Go in through this door. This is it's not hard, but that's definitely the one that requires a little bit more thinking than the other ones. Like there's never really multiple options. It's not like it's difficult. But this is definitely one of those where the rewards better be decent. Otherwise, you know, this becomes very monotonous after a while if you've done this a couple times. Here we go. We go through this door as well. And then we go in here. And we get this strange shrine. And we had like, what, 60% or something left? And what do we get? We got coal, I think. 270 feathers. That's quite some feathers. We get, I mean, to be fair, we've got some fire runes. Thing is, I think fire runes might be good against these guys, but I'm a little bit scared to fight them because they're like level 53. But I was thinking this on the way here, but I, you know, forgot to pick them up as I was at the bank. We do, of course, have the ability to cast a fire strike. And I could have taken the fire thing with me, like the fire staff, so we would be able to cast a ton of these if I brought the air runes, but I didn't do that. So let me just see if I can ignore these guys, but if not, we can at the very least make sure that our auto cast is fire, which might be super effective against these guys. Will they aggro me if I just try and run past them? Most likely, right? But I don't need to go here. Read scoreboard. Where are... Is it not in this direction? Is it some other direction? Okay, let me check out the other side then. Because there's also ice warriors and giants and hobgoblins on this side. I'm a little bit scared because I am not running any food. So I guess I'll attack one of these. And hope I can just kind of burn it before it gets to me. My defenses are a bit low with this gear. Although, so far, he's not really hitting me that hard. Let me also be smart, and when I'm fighting, I will pop the Mystic Will, so that I have even more damage. Oh wait, I can't click him. I forgot about that. I can attack him though. Oh, he's hitting me kind of hard now. I should really eat my raspberry pie. And then I should maybe sprint past them. I don't know, I feel like I should have come prepared much better. I feel like you really need to prepare yourself quite well with food and stuff in this game. Because it's surprisingly challenging, even though I'm like twice the recommended combat level. Yeah, I'm a bit low. Can I eat the red berries? I can't, right? No, I can't. Oh, there's another half of the red berry pie. Oh, you can use it twice. Okay, that's good at least. So I'll just sprint through this and hope that I don't take too much damage. And go in here. And these are ice warriors, which are pretty much more scary because they're like even higher level. Where is the blue right? Just ignore them. But there's blue right. There's blue right. There's blue right. Right here. Can I quickly mine some? Oh, we have one blue right ore. That's enough, right? How strong are these guys? Let me verify. Will they hit me a ton? Also, let me swap this over to fire. Let's see if I actually deal more damage. Ew, he hit me for 8. He hit me for 8. He hit me for 8. Okay, go, 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 go. Run. Run, 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 run. No, no, no. Okay. Okay, I died. I'm gonna have to come back and... but now I have to run all the way over there again. Okay. Okay. Okay, guys. See you in a moment. Alright, just to equip something, let me equip a steel helm, which we hadn't equipped yet. A black longsword and some iron leg plates. You know, we'll have something. You know, I'll sort my equipment later, but at least we have some defensives. Actually, let me bring a little bit of food as well, just in case we get low again. So I don't die twice in a row. Alright, I'm taking a little bit of a risk by not waiting for my stamina to fully recover. So I will take a bit more damage, as I will be forced to slowly walk over through these mobs. But I reckon I can just quickly grab my body. I can grab everything that I lost right there. And then sprint back. I have 20 HP. I think I should be fine. Here we go. Grab all. And run back. Yeah, we're all good. Alright, nice. So I have the one piece of blue-right ore, which I think is what I need. Now, I will have to go grab 2 iron ore as well. But, you know, that's something I've done plenty of times. So that's not a problem whatsoever. Oh, wait. I don't need iron ore. I need iron bars. So I'm going to have to grab a bunch of iron. Just to be sure, I'll grab like 6 iron. Unfortunately, you know, as you can see, if I mine iron with my current mining level and the rune pickaxe, like I pretty much always get it roughly instantly. So it's extremely fast. Oh yeah, of course, the inventory is a bit full. Well, I think we're fine. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think. All right, I reckon we're fine. And I think over at his place, no, there's just an anvil. There isn't a furnace. Is there a furnace anywhere close to me? Nope, I guess I just run over to the furnace in Falador, which isn't too far away, honestly. And then I run back over to the dwarf. And then back to Falador again. More walking. Okay, we're at the furnace. Let's hope we can make 2 as we need 2. Failure. Failure. Success. Success. There we go. We got the 2 we need. Here we go 3. Oh, we actually went 4. You know, it's fine. I have more than I need, and that is perfect. Let's head back over to the dwarf and give him the stuff he needs. Alrighty then, we're back here. Hello, Thurgo. Let's have another chat, shall we? So, can you make that replacement sword now? How are you doing finding those sword materials? Well, I have them right here. Ah, I have them right here. Me and my character, you know, we are completely in sync. You give the blue-right ore and the iron bars to Thurgo. Thurgo makes you a sword. See, this guy doesn't even need an anvil. This guy doesn't need to smelt anything. This guy just like, bloop, he just makes it. He is just, you know, that is the 99 smithing in him. He is so damn good at this. Thank you very much. Just remember to call in with more pie sometime. We'll definitely, most likely not do that. So, the quest now says, Thurgo has now smithed me a replica of Sir Vivian's sword. I should return it to the squire for my reward. So, one last trip over to Falador, I reckon. And then, the quest will most likely be done. You know, it's set short. I think I've only spent between 2 and 3 hours on this quest. You know, it's been short. Right? But hey, efficiency is often the enemy of fun. And that enemy has been completely vanquished in my series so far. Alrighty then, Mr. Squire, we are back. I have retrieved your sword for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I was seriously worried I would have to own up to Sir Vivian. We give the sword to the Squire. And there we go. We get... Ooh, that makes me happy. We get 1 quest point, which is... Yeah, it's a quest point. It's fine. It's fun to have, I guess. But 12,725 smithing experience? That is beautiful. Level 40! That makes me so happy. You can now smelt gold ore and make steel battle axes. Guys, we were like 37, I think, right? Because we were just a level under the shield, which is 38. So we went from 37. You can now make steel square shields, steel warhammers, steel battle axes. Next time we can make steel chain bodies. Steel kite shields are coming up pretty soon now because we're almost 42. Oh, guys, this quest, well, honestly, I have to say, I don't think it has been the most engaging quest so far. You know, so far there hasn't been a quest where I disliked it, but I don't think this quest is at the top for me. But the reward here probably is my favorite reward so far, besides maybe the accuracy thing, which was also really nice. Just because I love smithing, and getting like 3 full levels of smithing feels incredible. I just imagine if you hadn't leveled smithing whatsoever, like you got like 10 levels or something, you could just nuke through levels on smithing real quick. But yeah, this is going to bring me quite close to Mithril now, because, well, not close yet, but you know, Mithril is 50, so we're only 9 and a little bit remaining. There's like 3 crafts or something, and I'm level 41. And then we're 9 levels away from starting our Mithril journey. I kind of want to go Mithril, see if I can push Mithril before maybe going on to the member section almost, because I love the idea of having like this kind of like early game like steel and under stuff done. And I'm rocking Mithril, and I can work my way to elements and stuff. I don't know, but this makes me really, really happy. So yeah, thank you for whoever recommended that quest to me. So we now have a total of 7 quests remaining. I don't know exactly which quest I will go do next, so I'll just kind of scan through it. Of course, there is always the one quest lurking, Dragon Slayer 1, which will definitely be the last quest, which is also medium length. It's going to be quite a long one. That one is going to be the last one, that one's for sure, but the other 6 quests, of course, I don't know yet. So I'm going to do a little bit of looking into them, seeing which one sounds fun and which one sounds most doable right now. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.